Good morning, everybody. Let us discuss about the session 32 from the unit 3, that is kinetic theory of gases, for the third semester students. For them, the paper is thermal physics and statistical mechanics. So we are going to study the topic kinetic theory of gases and transport phenomena. Let us recap for the previous class. In the previous class, we have discussed about the kinetic motion of gases and also its transport behavior, some of the postulates of the kinetic molecular theory of gases, also the kinetic energy and the molecular speed, and even we have known Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law. Then what is the learning objective behind this session? We are going to learn, or we are going to understand the kinetic motion of gases and its transport behavior. Also, we are going to verify experimentally and study the mean free path, and we are going to derive the expression for mean free path. Then, what is the session outcome? So, from this session, we are experimentally verifying the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law, understanding the mean free path, and deriving the expression for mean free path. To understand about this session, we need to have some basic knowledge of kinetic motion of gases, kinetic energy, and the molecular speed, and many more. Let us have the introduction about this session now. In physics, the mean free path is nothing but the average distance travelled by a moving particle. The moving particle may be an atom, a molecule, or a photon, and it is going to collide successively, and it is going to modify its direction, its energy, and even other particle properties also. The mean free path, in which it is represented by a letter lambda, it is nothing but the average distance a particle travels between collisions. The larger the particles, or in other words, denser the gas, the more frequent the collisions are, and shorter the mean free path. In the kinetic theory of gases, the mean free path of a particle, such as a molecule, it is the average distance the particle travels between collisions with other moving particles. So if the radii of the molecule increases, then the space between them decreases, and vice versa. If the radii of the molecules decreases, then the space between them increases, which causes them to run into each other more often. Therefore, the mean free path decreases. Pressure, temperature, and other factors that affect density can indirectly affect mean free path. The mean free path depends on some of the factors like density and temperature. So, as we all know, a gas is a collection of large number of molecules, and these molecules are in continuous random motion. During this random motion, the molecules, they are going to collide against each other, and between two collisions, a molecule will move along a straight line, and the distance covered between the successive collisions is called the mean free path of the molecule. Suppose if the molecule is having free paths lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 and so on, then we can find its mean free path, and it is given by lambda is equal to lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 plus and so on. Now we are going to derive the expression for mean free path. So in order to derive the expression for the mean free path, there are some assumptions. The first assumption is a gas molecule is perfectly spherical in shape. And the second assumption is you should consider a sample of gas which contains n molecules per unit volume of the gas. And let d be the diameter of each gas molecule. Further, consider a molecule moving with the velocity v. Now the molecule in motion will strike with all other molecules whose center lie within a distance d from its path. Obviously, all such molecules with which the molecules will strike in time t lie inside a cylinder of length vt and area of cross section pi d square. Thus, the number of collisions suffered by the molecule in time t can be calculated and given as n is equal to pi d square n v t. And from this, we can find the mean free path of a gas molecule as lambda is equal to v t pi d square n t. So, we have derived the expression for the mean free path by assuming that the gas molecules except the one under consideration are at rest. In fact, all the gas molecules are in random motion, their velocities being governed by Maxwell's law of distribution of velocities. It follows that the mean free path of a gas molecule is first directly proportional to the mass of the gas molecule, inversely proportional to the density of the gas, and inversely proportional to the square of the molecule diameter. Then where are we going to apply the concept of this mean free path? So this mean free path is accurately determined using the molecular dynamics simulations, and these studies are going to provide insight to the transport phenomenon of rarefied gases through nanochannels which have established their potential in microscale and nanoscale heat transfer applications. Let us summarize this session now. The mean free path, which we are going to represent it by lambda, is the average speed traversed by a molecule between collisions. Let us solve some of the questions. Question number 1. Suppose a container is evacuated to have just one molecule of a gas in it. Let VA and Vrms represent the average speed and the RMS speed of the molecule. Then we should say which one is correct. 4 options are given. First option is VA is greater than Vrms. Option B, VA is less than Vrms. Option C, VA is equal to Vrms. Option D, none. So here option C, that is VA is equal to Vrms, means the average speed is equal to the RMS speed of the molecule. So option C is correct for this question. Then question number 2. The velocities of the molecules are V, 2V, 3V, 4V and 5V. Then the RMS speed will be, so 4 options are given in this question. Option B is correct. Then question number 3. There are 2 statements about ideal gases. First statement is the Vrms, that is root mean square velocity of gas molecules, depends on the mass of the gas molecule and the temperature. Option B is the root mean square velocity is same for all the gases at the same temperature. So these 2 statements are given. From this they have asked which one of the following is correct. 4 options again they have given. The first option is A and B both. Option B, A only. Option C, B only. Option D, A and B both are correct. So here option B is correct, that is A only, means the root mean square velocity of gas molecules depends on the mass of the gas molecule and the temperature is the correct statement. And these are some of the references. You can go through these references to have the idea about this session. Thank you.